Hi ladies, thanks for watching. Today's look is going to be a cranberry eyeshadow and a dark lip. We're going to start out with the color Beautiful. This is a unique pigment. It's in a light soft brown, would be similar to a MAC soft brown actually. I'm going to start with a blending brush and just push this into the crease and just slightly up onto the brow bone, but mostly focusing in the crease. And just going back and forth, making sure that we get a nice transition color. If you're not familiar, a transition color is just basically a base color that will help all your other colors build on top of it nicely, and then will also help you blend out each color. So you want to make sure that you have it evenly blended all throughout the top, or the crease of your eye, before moving on to the next color. It seems like a barely there color, but it actually does have quite a lot of pigment. Now we're going in with just a little bit more, and we're just pushing it even further into the crease. Just, again, making sure that both eyes are even before we go on to the darker color. Now we're going in with a matte chocolate brown. This color is called Infatuated. There's no shimmer, it's just completely matte. We're going to go in with a blending no, not a blending brush, sorry, a shader brush. We're going to start at the crease and we're going to work our way down to the lash line, just really pushing it into that crease. When you're putting it on the actual eyelid as opposed to the crease, you want to just pat it on there. Patting it with a blending brush. Why do I keep saying that? Not a blending brush, a shading brush. Because the shading brush has a flat side, you can really pat this in and really just pack it in to get a big pop of color. Now obviously we're not going with a brown look today, so this is serving as, again, another base color for the cranberry. So after patting it on the outsides of your eyelid, just really work it back and forth into that crease. We're going to go ahead and bring it mostly about 3/4 of the way across our eye with actual pigment, and then we're going to go in now with the color Heartbroken. This is a highly pigmented cranberry red. It's got a lot of shimmer. It is one of my favorites. It's a go-to color for sure. Now with a flat brush, we're going to just pack this in. I like to use a synthetic brush because it doesn't capture any of the product. I also like to get this brush wet so that it really can just pack on the pigment in a nice thick layer. We're only putting this color on the actual eyelid and going just up towards the crease, but not even really into the crease. Now I'm going to go in with the matte purple. This is called Glamorous. All the shadows we're going to be using today are unique. Duh. Now we're going in with a pencil brush and we're just really working in that Glamorous color into the crease. And this, we're going to be sure, as we're working it into the crease, we're going to sort of blend some of that cranberry shimmer color. Now we're going in with PRIM. This is, we're going to do our eyebrows real quick. When doing a dark smoky eye of any color, but especially when it's like a bold eye color, you want to make sure that you always fill in your brows if you have light brows, or if you have sparse brows, even if they're dark color. Because this is really, and as you can see with one eye done and one not, it really helps to just pop, make that pop, make your actual eye color pop. So I go in with a very, very light hand with the pencil. You can do powder, you can do whatever you want. I do like the pencil. And then you're just going to rub it in. Now I'm going in with Curious, which is also a highly pigmented shimmer. And I'm going to go in with a flat shading brush and just really highlight the arch of my brow. Just kind of right up under that brow, and then rubbing in whatever's left down towards. I have very large eyes, and I have a lot of space from the arch of my brow all the way down to my lash line, so some of you won't have that big of a space. Because I do, I have to go back in with the blending brush and really kind of blend from that dark crease up to that highlight. Some people barely have any space here, and so this step isn't needed. But if you have a large eye or a large space, you will want to make sure that it doesn't just go from dark brown to bright white. There needs to be, and that's why a transition color, the very first color that we did, is so important, because now as I'm blending back and forth, I'm actually picking up some of that soft brown and blending it up towards the highlight, and it's going to make a soft overall glow. Once you're completely done blending, and this does take a few minutes, you're going to want to take some time blending. Blending is such a crucial part. But once this is done, I'm going to go back in with that dark purple. It's kind of a bright purple. I'm not even sure, plum It's called Glamorous. I'm going to go in with a flat brush, an eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to sweep this on. I also get this brush just damp. I like to just tap it in a little bit of water. And then we're just going to line the lower lid. You don't have to be extremely precise, so if you're not, don't worry about it. Going back in again with the highlight color in the color Curious, and I'm going to focus this time on the inner corner of my eye. Again, making sure to pat the color in. You don't want to rub it or even sweep it back and forth because you've really packed in the cranberry color, and because we did that wet, there's a lot of pigment there, so sweeping it can cause it to move. So we're not going to want to do that. So now I'm just tweaking a little bit of the highlight because I did so much blending. Now this is a little trick. I use our Shine makeup remover cloths, fold it, and then just kind of wipe that straight up, and you'll see how it gives you a really nice edge. Sometimes when you're doing a shaded eye, because you're shading back and forth, the color can really move and extend further than you want it on your eye. So this is just a nice little trick. Then after that, I just rub it all over, getting rid of anything that would have fallen. You know me, I like to use the color Corrupted, which is our dark black. I like to use it with a little bit of our Glorious primer and a wet brush and make my own eyeshadow gel. Now I'm going in, just sweeping this. A little bit of a cat eye, not really. This is sort of my go-to liner. I'm sure, as you can tell if you've watched more than one of my videos. If you are going to go up on the ends of your eyeliner, make sure that you follow the direction of your bottom lash. You sort of want to just continue on from your bottom lash going up. So that's just about the right angle. You want to just get it nice and even, and then I'm going to also carry some of this down. What I like about this brush is it's so wide, you don't have to be an eyeliner pro to just get a nice even line. But if you're not a pro, and even with this brush you're not a pro, you can always go back with a Q-tip, with a brush, and just kind of sweep that in. Because I haven't done, obviously, my concealer yet, I'm not really worried about a super precise line. I go in with my concealer, which is the lightest color of the BB cream. I press it in with my ring finger. Obviously, anyone who's done makeup knows you use your ring finger because you don't want to press too hard. Then I finish it with a damp blending bud. It is important to get it damp because that helps it not to absorb the concealer, and it also helps it to just blend very nicely and add a little bit of moisture while it's doing that. Concealer can be very drying. However, with the BB cream having so much moisture, that's not really a problem, but if you're using a different concealer, that can be a problem. But as I told you today, all of today's product features the unique products. Now I'm going in with the dry powder concealer in the color Cream, and I'm just going to brush this under my eye. This just helps set that because it is a cream. Because of the cream before, you just really want to set it with a powder. Now I'm going in with the Beachfront Bronzer. Love this stuff. Going in with the color Malibu, which is the middle color. I'm using a NARS Kabuki brush, one of my favorites. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I've talked about it before, but hello if you want to get a chiseled line. This brush is amazing. You can use any brush though, obviously. I go in also, I only use the matte side for doing my cheeks. I don't want too much shimmer when it comes to bronzer. I just really want it to make a shadow and a shaded area, and that's really it. Sometimes when you use the shimmer, it can bring more attention, and I don't want the attention here. I want the attention more on my highlight. So just blending that in. So you're going to want to sweep over your temples, across the sides of your forehead. I have, again, a larger forehead, so I go up a little higher than most people would need to. But really focusing in on that temple, bringing it around, and I sweep just a little bit underneath my jaw. Just for that nice, thin look. I'm using the blush called Sophisticated. It's kind of a corally, peachy kind of color, very bright. Normally wouldn't be the color that I chose, but I have been obsessed with this color for some reason this summer. It's just been my go-to, and as you can see, it goes on so nice. Oh God, I love it. I cannot help myself. And that's that. This is my look. I added a dark lip. It's the lip stain called Sleek. I love this stuff. I can't get enough of it. And there you go. This picture was taken right before I actually went out of the house, and I did end up adding more eyeliner to the waterline of my eye to give just a little bit more of a pop. And obviously I added my Thanks so much for watching.